Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sally and today I've got my first update for Project Polish and I've got some really good progress that I want to share with you and I'm really quite happy. But first the bad news. The bad news is I tried a polish that I wanted to use up in January and February because it was not a summer colour for me and I knew it was going to hang around until the autumn if I didn't get a good start on it. I used it once. I did a full manicure with just an accent nail and the darn thing chipped. Within 3 hours it had chipped and I was so cross with it. It wasn't my favourite colour. It's not something I would choose to buy. I think it came in as part of a set. It's not a colour I would go out and buy individually. And I was so cross. So this colour is now going to be my pedicure polish. In the winter I tend to use I pick a polish, usually a mini, it's been over the last 2 or 3 years, and I will use it over and over and over again on my toes until it's gone. And then I'll pick another one because nobody sees my feet in the winter. I don't, you know, in the summer you go out in sandals, so I like to have nicer polish on my toes at those times, but in the winter, no, it doesn't matter. So I can use anything. So this will become my pedicure polish, which is excellent timing because I have just finished last week the polish I was using as my pedicure polish. So this is brilliant timing. This can now become my pedicure polish. So it fulfills a role, but as a manicure it was dreadful. So I'm not using it again. I've just have to draw the line. It was such a bad formula. I can't do it, but I equally don't want to declutter it. It's a full bottle of almost new polish and I think I only got that one within the last year or two, so it's not old and I don't want to just chuck it away. Right, the next one I did was this one, which is another OPI. This formula was different again. It was so thin. It didn't chip, but it was like water. It looked pretty on the nail, but it's going to take me a month of Sundays to get through it. I will keep plodding away, but I only used it as an accent nail. I think perhaps I might try it and do it the other way, where this is on the majority of the nails and the accent nail is like a stronger cream or something like that, and see if that works, because otherwise I'm going to be here for the next decade using it. Even though it's a tiny bottle, I'm still under the cap with usage. So yeah. It will go, but it'll just take some time. Then I had this one, which was the Leighton Denny one in the shade Supermodel. I liked that. This one. This is what I'm wearing today. In one use, I've got down this far. It is a lovely creamy polish. It's so nice to use. The formula is outstanding. I don't know if they still are because this was bought, many years ago. I think probably in 2016 probably, maybe even 2015. I bought it as a set, I think, and there's the other one coming up in a minute, but it still performs really well. I love the colour. I'm going to carry on with this. I really like it, so I will enjoy using that. Then we come to another one, which was this one. This was another one which didn't go well. I tried it on one finger and realised why I'd used it once last year and then put it away, because I didn't like it. And I really don't like the colour of it with my skin tone. It looked dreadful. I don't know what it was. It just did not work. So I thought, well, I've got a whole, what is this? 4 mils of this to use. That's a lot of manicures for something you really don't like. That's hate panning on a big scale for me. So I thought, I'm going to franken this. So what I did is I found this polish, which is a number 7 one, and it was about half full here. So it wasn't completely empty or, you know, down here. It was about halfway. So I poured all of that, this one, which is Baker Street, into it, and then topped it up with a little bit of this darker blue, because pouring all that lighter cream colour into this, although it was a shimmer before, had made it a bit lighter. So I put a bit of a dollop of this in it just to darken it up a bit. And this blue one is called Sing the Blues, and then this darker one is Azure. So it's now gone back to being a darker blue, and I love it. It's got a bit of a shimmer. It's not very shimmery, but I absolutely love it. And I've done one full manicure, and I'm now down at this level. It was slightly higher than that before the manicure, but that's where I'm starting at this update, and it's lovely. And I'll show you on the wheel. Where have I put the wheel? Which I've put somewhere. Here it is. Right, that was what it was before. That was Baker Street, and that's what it is now with Sing the Blues. It's lovely, really nice colour. I love it, and I've worked out why I don't like that. I think it's the colour of my school uniform when I was at primary school, and I think that's why I don't like it. That is exactly the colour of our school cardigans. I'm sure that's what it is, because that's the only reason I can think of. But it didn't work with the colour tone. Doesn't work with my skin tone. I don't, if you can see, it just does not work. Whereas that one seems to, the slightly dirty colours work better, if that makes sense. Any sense at all. Anyway, that's that one. Then we get on to the really good news. I've got an empty, which is Vamp, which is the other Late and Denny one I had in last month, and it was halfway done, and I can't get these crusty bits around the top. I think they must have been there since the year dot. Even with thinners poured in it, it didn't liquefy them, but all the usable product down the bottom has been used up, and it was gorgeous. I really enjoyed it. The formula was lovely. The colour was that lovely deep Merlot colour. Really enjoyed it. Got a good few manicures, I think 2 and a bit out of them, so it was really nice. Really enjoyed that. I think I got 3 full manicures out of that. So then I had my toppers, which I had 2. This was the first one. I got 2 uses out of that. Like I said, I'm wearing it today on here on the accent nails, but this, I can't make a new line because I'm just at the bottom of the previous line, and if I put another line on there it'll just be a thick black line. So I'll wait till next month, and when there's a proper gap I'll put another line in. But it's very pretty, but you don't, again, it's quite a thin formula and you don't use much product, because if you've only got it on one coat on 2 nails on each hand, well, that's not much, is it, for each manicure? And I don't use it every time. So yeah, I think it's going to take a little while to go through. And this other one is another Nails Ink one, and this is Cheney Court. And I love this one. It is so pretty. This is one I would actually buy a full size if I could still get it. But it is so old. I think I must have had it probably for 6 or 7, maybe even 8 or 9 years. I've had it for donkey's years. I just like the name, and I like the pretty holographic. I'll try and get a picture under the light so you can really see the holographic, because I don't know if the camera's actually picking it up from that distance. If it's sunny tomorrow before I upload, I'll try and take a picture, but it wasn't sunny today, so yes. But this is so pretty, but it's very gloopy because of its age, so I do have to add thinners to it, so it's sort of the levels go up and down and up and down and up and down. But I did manage to do, because I'd used it twice and I used it across my pedicure and manicure, so I did manage to put in a line, so I definitely used a fair chunk this month, so I'm really pleased with that. But I like that one, it's very nice. Then I had my top coat, which I want to use, which is the OPI Rapid top coat, which the design on this bottle is absolutely ridiculous, because you look at it there and you think, oh yeah, the brush is in the product, it's fine, but when you unscrew it to come to use it, the brush sits above the product, and even if you tilt it you can hardly touch the polish with it. It is a rubbish design. Absolutely rubbish design of a bottle. I have to tip it out onto foil to actually get any product on the brush. So this is why it's very visible in this, because it's a clear. You can't see it in the coloured products, but it's so frustrating. It's such a frustrating bottle, and I'm not here for that. It's got to go. So this is why I'm using them all up. but it's just, you know, very clear that the brush does not meet the polish, hardly at all, and it's a lot of fiddling around to get any product on the brush, and I just can't be doing with it. But anyway, I managed to use this much this year. I managed to use this much over the month, but I have found that this is certainly not a rapid dry formula. I tried it as a manicure, on top of my manicure, and I dinged it. It got fabric impressions on it. You know, if you touched your clothes, they would leave an impression on your nails of the pattern of the fabric, and I can't be doing with it. So this has also been relegated to my pedicures, and it's working quite well on my toes because I don't touch other things with it. You know, they just dry naturally over a longer period, and I can get on with my life and don't have to sit there for 3 hours while I wait for my nail polish to dry. So that's fine. I can cope with that. But I don't think, because I use that amount in a month, I don't think I've got enough there to last me a month, because the bottle tapers. So I'm going to bring in the second bottle, because I have 3 of them, to join this one, so that when this one runs out I can immediately move on to this one. So hopefully I'll have started this by the next update. That's the plan. Right, and then what I'm also bringing in, so the colours, that's the update really of how I've got on. So for next month, what I want to work on is the blue, which is Sing the Blues, but it's also got in it Baker Street from Nails Inc., Supermodel from Leighton Denny, the 2 toppers, the pinky green glitter, Cheney Court, which is another Nails Inc. I will keep the pewter one in, and I'll just use it occasionally, so it keeps a running, just a constant little usage on it, because otherwise I'm never going to use it up. If I leave it till the winter to use it, I don't think I'd use it up in a month or 2 over the end of the year. And obviously this one will be my pedicure colour, so that will keep using up. And then I thought, well, looking at that, it's a fairly neutral, apart from the blue, it's a fairly neutral colour scheme for the month. So I've decided to bring in these 3. They were all in my introduction, apart from this one, which I found when I did my inventory of polishes, and oh my goodness, was that bad. I have got so many polishes, but I also found that I've got a lot of polishes in colours that I won't wear freely, if that makes sense. You know, I'm not drawn to those colours. So I've got oranges and browns and colours like that I'm not drawn to, and also a few more minis. So what I found this one, and I just thought for springtime, with the 2 of these that were in the project, that it worked so well, and I could do a skittle nail as well as individual manicures with them, and I thought it would look lovely. So I am bringing it in. I have added it to the wheel. I've now got 20 polishes in there, but that includes Baker Street twice, because obviously it's been franken now. But yes, I thought they were a nice selection for March, for spring. So I hope you don't mind me altering it, and that's what I'm going to do. And the other thing that I've changed is I have had a period last year where my nails were dreadful. They split and they peeled, and they were just in really poor condition, and I think it was just stress that I was going through that did it, and there was nothing I could do that would stop it. I tried so many different treatments and nothing stopped it. So at the beginning of this year I decided to change it completely, and when I started this project I picked one treatment, and I used a nail drink, and I used it for the whole month of this project, and it's really helped hydrate my nails. So for this next month, I'm now going to use Marvella nail hardener and try that one. And I think every monthly update I'm going to try a different product just to see what it does to help my nails underneath my polish. The nail drink was very good. I did find it helped. I mean, they've not grown much, a little bit, but not much, but they've definitely stopped. They're not peeling as much and shattering as much, so that's definitely improved. So whether the growth will come in the next month or two, hopefully, we'll see. But yes, so that's the end of that. And I hope you like the update, and we'll hopefully catch up next month. Thank you.